everybody, it's Foo here, and today we've got a quick experiment. Someone asked me a really good question about Toxic versus Magic Guard, and I'm going to show you that today. So we'll do this today. It's going to be a relatively simple experiment, but it's something that not everyone knows about, which I think is very cool and should be shared generally. Basically, how can a Toxic Pokemon beat a Magic Guard Pokemon? And we're going to do this, I'm going to do this in the most dramatic way possible, so bear with me because it will take a little bit of time to actually get to the point where I want to show you what I want to do. But we've got this set up, so we've got a Reuniclus against a Pyukumuku, and first of all, obviously we have to Toxic the Reuniclus, and then we have to just stall a bit first, so we'll do that. But as I say, this is just a simple experiment. People have asked me on previous videos like this, like, why was your opponent so bad? This is an experiment, like, I'm showing you a mechanic, therefore I'm playing against myself. I've got two 3DSs, and that's how this works. So it's not like my opponent is playing really badly, I'm literally playing myself. It's just to show you a mechanic. So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward this next bit so that we can get to the point where the really interesting stuff happens. Okay, so now we're on the 16th turn of the battle, and we are going to just basically beat this Reuniclus. It's taken a long time to get here. It's just to prove a point, really, more than anything. But if we go for Gastro Acid to remove the Magic Guard ability at this stage with toxic damage, obviously Reuniclus is going to take some damage because it's no longer got Magic Guard. But as you can see, the poison damage has racked up all the way, so it's doing like tons of damage because it's actually counted all the turns that have gone before, so that's pretty cool. And this is something that I didn't know until I was exposed to this situation, and it's a situation that you won't necessarily know until you're in it and your Pokemon all of a sudden loses all of its health if it's been trying to set up with a Toxic on it. If you lose your ability, then you take a ton of damage. So that's just something interesting. Toxic counter counts even if your Pokemon isn't taking damage, basically. Just as proof of concept, I've also done this with Poison Heal. So Poison Heal, obviously you're healing health with the Toxic over time with the Toxic Orb, but because you're holding the Toxic Orb, your Pokemon is officially toxicked, and there is a toxic ticker going off. So you can see here that the first poison tick does a ton of damage. So that is also working with Poison Heal. So regardless of what ability your Pokemon might have, the only thing, basically it's irrelevant. Toxic will always be ticking and increasing in damage, and if you remove that ability, then the Pokemon will start getting hurt by that poison. So yeah, it's kind of interesting one. I thought you guys would be interested in that. It's definitely a situation or a scenario that you wouldn't see too often, and it's just a cool thing to bear in mind. Gastro Acid and removing opponents' abilities in general can be quite powerful, so it's something to bear in mind if you want to go about that. You could maybe try it on a stall team, or just like a Toxic Spikes team, or if you know that you're likely to come up against a Pokemon with a problematic ability, that's something that you can try. But that's going to be all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Foo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.